Chase me, Susie! Chase me!
Good.
Big thank you to Stake for sponsoring this video. Small bounce up today from what was the lowest set price of the year, when on aggregate, Bitcoin posted prices of 4,282 recorded on CoinMarketCap. Even Bitcoin Cash has paused its rapid descent down a cliff.
Let's go!
Yesterday, almost prophetically, we were talking about trains. When retail investors miss the train, they miss the train. When institutions miss the train, they bring the train back. Coincidentally, at the same time that video was being uploaded, we got more details emerging about Bakkt's decision to delay something that many in the market are currently speculating on. On Tuesday, 20th of November 2018, Kelly Loeffler, the chief executive officer of Bakkt, a subsidiary of ICE, announced that the launch date for the Bakkt platform, which offers a physically settled Bitcoin dailies futures contract, has been changed from December 12th to 24th of January 2019, and explained the reasons for this delay. Now, the reasons are vague. They talk about securing insurance for their cold storage, and due to the interest in the product, the volume of interest in Bakkt, and work required to get all of the pieces in place. The next launch date will be 24th of January. Now, this could all be innocent. That could be absolutely the case, and none of this was designed to drive the prices down. But two things that stick out to me about this. Number one, the volume of interest, okay? I hope there is a lot of interest. I really do. I figure there could be, especially if this is all manipulation. Then we would expect that something big is going to happen, because they're not just going to manipulate it down forever. Eventually, they're going to want to make some money by it going up, right? Unless you're naked shorting the market, but not everyone can do that. But basically, if the product launches and there's high customer demand, I expect the market's going to react positively. If the product launches and there's very, very little volume, I expect the market to react negatively. Anyway, second, this news broke December 20th. The massive sell-off that we saw started one day before that. One day. Am I really going too far wearing this? To be clear, I don't think it's to blame on any one single entity, individual, organization. There are so many negative things happening. It's just a combination of it all. No wonder the market is going down. Here's another thing that just jumped into the fray.
Goddamn, how real is this?
The US Justice Department has issued a statement that they are investigating whether last year's epic Bitcoin rally was fueled in part by manipulation, with traders driving it up with Tether. While federal prosecutors opened a broad criminal probe into cryptocurrencies months ago, they've recently homed in on suspicions that a tangled web involving Bitcoin, Tether, and crypto exchange Bitfinex might have been used to illegally move prices. Oh, we've talked about this so many times, how Tether could be propping up the market considerably. I am not at all surprised that the market was spooked by this news, even if Tether is totally legit. How is all of this happening at once? It's amazing, right? Like, when it rains, it massively pours, huh? It's just so amazingly timed, I can't get over it. Anyway, in other news, the hash wars are seemingly over. I doubt Craig is going to go down without more fight, but it's not just because many exchanges are abandoning the BCH ABC moniker for just BCH again, or that BCH is leading the SV protocol in both block count and proof of work, but in a move which may have surprised even Craig himself, Bitcoin Cash ABC has pushed through an update which ensures Satoshi's original idea of one CPU equals one vote is null and void whenever they choose. What this essentially means is that the democratic process of hash power voting no longer works when they don't want it to. They've created what's known as checkpoints. So additional software, which is now unique to the Bitcoin ABC network, ensures that no proposals to replace or reorganize the block before a certain checkpoint can ever be approved on the blockchain. No matter if the proposal is made by the longest running chain. The interesting thing is there wasn't even a peer review for this update. It was just pushed through and accepted by exchanges. Satoshi himself did do this once before, back in the early days of Bitcoin, to protect it from 51% attacks. Today, it seems, Bitcoin Cash developers can do whatever Roger says. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is completely centralized. What's new? That doesn't mean it's not a valuable project. It's certainly not a popular one right now, it seems, at least not on Reddit. Let's read this. I thought this was interesting. If anybody remembers, back in December, Bitcoin was sitting pretty over 19K. Oh, those were the days. At the very peak of the market until Coinbase announced the listing of Bitcoin Cash on GDAX, triggering a second war between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash skyrocketed to 5K, causing Bitcoin to crash from 19 to 10K, driving down the rest of the market. I don't know if that was specifically Bitcoin Cash's fault, but it certainly didn't help. This caused all the new people that just came in to panic, ultimately starting the entire mess of the market this year. Now we are back at it again with the stupid hash war, and yet again, the market has to suffer at the wrath of Bcash. If you want to point fingers at anyone, it should be Bitcoin Cash. I firmly believe if Bitcoin never forked in the first place, we won't be in this same situation now. Just to be clear, my own opinion is that this is not the fault of Bitcoin Cash. It is not the fault of Craig or any one individual. There are so many things happening. So many. And in a way, I'm almost excited to see what's around the corner. In a way, I feel that it's always the darkest before the dawn, that there's always a rainbow after the rain, all of these motivational things that you hear that don't really mean anything. But if it is manipulation, if it's time manipulation, then eventually they're going to manipulate it for personal gain. I hope. I hope in the selfishness of other people. Am I wrong to do that? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for all the support been receiving lately. Yesterday's video had like a 99.9% like ratio. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Leave a like on this one if you enjoyed. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That's it from me. I'll see you again soon.